how were you introduced to the world of technical analysis, and what made you choose technical analysis as your career?
So the story goes back about 14 years. I did my master's at the London School of Economics, came back, learned a lot about corporate finance and a bit of financial derivatives, came back, started working with the same firm that I was with before going to London. Obviously got a elevated role. And so I started trading index options for prop money. And so there were three people in the team. One was I, new joinee. One was this person who I consider my guru, who kind of brought me into the world of technical analysis. And there was another guy who was assisting him with some basic charting and so on and so forth. So a couple of months into the job, I was trying to apply what I had learned on campus, more corporate finance. I was looking at cash flow statements and trying to advise, our research team and my boss on what investments he should be making in terms of choice of securities. And somehow I got 8 out of 10 calls absolutely wrong, horrendously wrong. And so then this guy who was assisting my boss back then, he said, you know what, you're spending tons and tons of hours every day at work reading through cash flow statements. You should have just drawn a few trend lines and you would have saved yourself and us a lot of grief. And I said to him, what's a trend line? I keep seeing you drawing a lot of trend lines on the chart. I don't even know what they mean. Is there a process to whatever it is that you're doing? And he said, oh, you know what, let's discuss that, at a later point in time. But his inability, or what's the right word really, his reluctance to kind of introduce me to the world of technical analysis became some sort of motivation for me to kind of go and explore it on my own. And that's when I kind of started doing some work around technicals, and for some magical reasons, the market somehow seemed to adhere to certain levels that I'd written down in my little notepad and so on and so forth. That's how the desire to probe more began. And one of the great things I love about subject of technical analysis, which you will agree with because you're also a fellow CMT, is whenever you come to work, every single day and you're given a chart, it's a brand new beginning. Right. And there can be no better learning than that. So yeah, that's how that happened.
So you eventually developed an interest for TA and decided to make it a full-time career.
Absolutely, and I think I've done a pretty good job with that.
Great.